In this video, Greg and I introduce the second edition of our club's ancient system, Age of Hannibal. This is the game system we use in our epic Pyrrhic War campaign, but it's also the big battle system we've been playing here in the club for the better part of 15 years. And in 15 years' time, new ideas pop up, questions emerge, and any game designer worth their salt asks, can I make this better?
We've tinkered with new ideas and mechanics as club house rules for many years, but playing our Pyrrhic War campaign truly provided the motivation to formalize some of the best revisions.
That's right. We've played a lot of Age of Hannibal in the last 2 years, and all of that game time has really pushed us over the edge to adopt new modifications.
I don't want to go into the weeds on every update, but I do want to touch on some key highlights, and right out of the gate we can talk about the layout and look of the book. We took the opportunity to include new original artwork that Jose Moran drew for our Pyrrhic War video series. You'll find Age of Hannibal 2nd Edition is a prettier book with more eye candy.
Greg, let's talk mechanics.
Perfect. Let's start by talking about an easy one. We took this opportunity to update some of the unit stats and rebalance all of the points for unit classes. Skirmishers and light horse are less deadly, while the heavier infantry types all have a lot more staying power.
We also changed some of the unit traits to make them easier to remember and use in the game.
Those updates are fairly minor, but there are 3 major updates to the game. First, we changed from D10s to D8s. You won't need a fistful of them, just 1 D8 per player. But reducing the dice probabilities from a 10-sided to an 8-sided die means there's less randomness in the combat outcomes. We wanted the heavier infantry to pack more punch and stand up more reliably.
Another major update is missile fire. We scrapped the old system and completely revised it. In 1st edition, a sling, javelin, and bow were all treated the same. The new missile fire system is just as fast and easy, but it gives you more nuance in the effects.
Chal, let's get to the biggest change, and this is what makes 2nd Edition such a different experience.
We've overhauled the way that the morale clock is lowered after losing a turn, and this is a significant difference. Age of Hannibal veterans will recall that during the course of each turn, players track how many enemy units they've demoralized or killed. And at the end of the turn, scores are compared, and the side that did the least damage must lower its morale clock. As the clock sinks closer to 0, bad things happen in your army.
Here's the problem. Cavalry actions on the flanks were causing too many of the battles to end prematurely by just causing 1 or 2 hits. And we wanted to allow more time for the heavy infantry to get engaged.
Yeah, players who are really good with numbers can figure out ways to be a little gamey.
In 2nd Edition, the morale clock is still here, but now there's a minimum threshold required. So a turn with a little bit of light action won't be enough to justify one side lowering its army morale.
It's a seemingly minor change. It doesn't seem to affect the mechanics, but it totally changes the way that the battle unfolds. Greg, there are some other fun updates we introduced in 2nd Edition that I think we should let players discover for themselves. Let's wrap up with one important question. If you already own the 1st edition, do you have to buy the 2nd edition?
Hell no! We aren't Games Workshop here.
No, we're not. We're not going to force everyone to buy a whole new book.
If you already own Age of Hannibal, we've published a summarized errata on the website for you to download, and we're going one step farther.
That's right, Greg. Anyone who purchased a PDF from Little Wars TV or War Games Vault will get access to 2nd edition for free. We'll have the new PDF available for you at no cost.
And if you purchased a print copy of Age of Hannibal from us at Little Wars TV, well, guess what? We've got your email address on file, and that means that we will also be sending you a free PDF copy of 2nd edition as well.
The only reason to buy the 2nd edition is if you're a new player or if you're a veteran player who just really wants a new shiny book.
And if you own a copy of our Beyond the Alps scenario supplement, we have also updated that as well with the new unit stats, traits, and points values. And guess what? We're going to send you a new electronic copy for free.
And speaking of scenarios, we have a whole bunch of new scenarios linked to the fall of Rome, Julius Caesar, Pompey, and all the other titans.
Yeah, one of the other most popular requests that we had for Age of Hannibal was an army building guide that provided inspiration and examples of historical lists to help you build your forces. We've heard that feedback and delivered a fantastic free PDF on our website.
You can use this guide to design your own armies for multiple periods of ancient history, not just the Punic Wars. We have sample army lists as well as historical notes about appropriate traits and unit classes. That free download is available right now. Go grab yourself a copy.
If you'd like to pick up a 2nd edition of Age of Hannibal, it is available for pre-order right now on our website, littlewarstv.com.
And we have not raised the price. Inflation does not exist in the Little Wars TV realm. Next week, we return to the Pyrrhic War for the next turn in our epic 5-part campaign. The war heats up with a new Roman consul and the biggest, bloodiest tabletop battle yet. Do yourself a favor and hit the subscribe button.
And just one final reminder for you to take the WSS Great Wargaming Survey, which ends September 1st. It takes just a few minutes, and you could win some cool prizes. Link in the description below.